John Nichols on the line with us, the Washington reporter for The Nation, thenation.com, and one of the most astute political observers that I, frankly, have ever met in my life. John, welcome back to the program.
After that introduction, Tom, I will just let you know the check is in the mail.
Right, yeah. In both of our dreams, huh? If only it was that easy. If John, we had Ellen Ratner and I were just talking about this a few minutes ago. Actually, before I get to that, I'm hopping on a plane tomorrow to come out to Madison, which is where you live. We're going to be at the Fighting Bob Fest, and you're going to be there, right? Jim Hightower?
Yeah, in fact, Bernie Sanders,
yep.
Cornel West making one of his first appearances at a mass rally talking about his concerns about the Obama administration not doing enough to address poverty in this country. Quite timely, coming a day or so after the new report showing our poverty level is now at a 17-year high. So quite a remarkable thing. And then literally thousands of grassroots activists. Bob Fest events now draw in the range of 8-10 men. I think this one may even be in the range of around 12,000 folks from all over Wisconsin and the upper Midwest.
I think last year when I was there, it was like 10,000, wasn't it?
Yeah, I can't emphasize that it's one of the most heartening things that has developed. And a lot of people around the country say to me, well, why did Wisconsin turn out in such amazing numbers back in February and March? Why has this movement against Scott Walker remained so energetic and viable with everything that's been thrown at it? And the answer has some root in Bob Fest. Yeah,
and the great work that Ed Garvey is doing and all the people associated with it.
Yeah, and just years of gathering, mass gatherings, people develop a confidence, they develop a strength that tells them, let's if they come for us, we know there's people around the state that are on our side. We're going to push back. There
you go. Now, speaking about people around the state and around the country and around the world and whatnot, here we have yesterday, there were special elections in Nevada, which typically it was assumed was going to go Republican, and in New York for Anthony Weiner's old seat in an area of Brooklyn that has demographically become somewhat more conservative. In that there has been an increase in the Orthodox Jewish population there. Ellen Ratner was just informing me about that. She has friends who live in that area. But the Democrat who was running was an Orthodox Jew. So you would think that would provide him with some insulation. Apparently not so much. Well,
let me ask you up front, Tom. This is the best way to do this. You want me to do just some spin, or you want me to tell the truth?
Actually, what I'd like to hear is the truth and the spin, each identified as, because we know, Debbie Wasserman Schultz just came out and said, neither of these are indicators of anything. These were both the result of unique local factors, and of course, there's some truth to that. But on the other hand, it seems to me that particularly the Anthony Weiner seat. The fact that the Democrat didn't win wasn't just that his Republican opponent was running ads linking him to Osama bin Laden and President Obama, and because of the World Trade Center, the Ground Zero Mosque, and it wasn't because of these 20 rabbis in the community signing a letter saying it would be a violation of Jewish law to vote for him because he supports same-sex marriage, but that the president's approval ratings are so low that there's no coattails effect.
You're getting to the heart of it here. Look, the spin is that this is just local. These are just local races, and local factors are always definitional, and that even goes into in a district like the 9th in New York, the Anthony Weiner district, local religious and even geopolitical factors that happen to be a big deal on the ground. You put all that aside, you just don't care. The reality is, yesterday was a really bad day for the Democrats. A really, really bad day. Because they got a very strong signal that in two very different kinds of districts, it is possible for a pretty generic Republican to run against a pretty generic Democrat. And if the Republican's message is, I'm not going to side with Barack Obama, I'm not going to work with the president, that message has resonance. Now, for whatever reason, whatever the dynamic, that's an unsettling reality.
Yeah.
Both of these districts should have been doable for the Democrats, and I include the Nevada district. Now, that Nevada district has been traditionally Republican. There's no doubt of that. But the fact of the matter is it's got a very, very large elderly population, a lot of people who are in mortgage crisis, and a pretty serious unemployment challenge going on.
Right.
And so a Democratic economic populist message, frankly, very similar to the one that Elizabeth Warren put out this morning as she announced her candidacy for the Senate, should have been highly viable in that Nevada district, and it should have been definitional in the New York district.
Did either of those Democrats run on that kind of I'm Bernie Sanders platform?
No, they did not. They ran ham-handed, kind of, in my opinion, relatively bumbling campaigns that shifted message throughout. Now, one thing that the Republicans get, you love them, hate them, think what you want of them, they start with a message, they finish with it.
Right. And
the Democrats didn't do that. They were flipping around, different messaging, different approaches. Also, I'm going to say something that, it's not the nicest thing to say, but it is a fundamental reality. The Democratic Party has got to stop nominating candidates on the basis of seniority or who knows somebody. Right. They need to start nominating candidates who want to fight and who are able to fight.
Right, and I would say they even have to stop nominating them on the basis of some consultant's definition of electability.
And it goes back to something from 2002. I remember I was covering the Florida governor's race, and the former Attorney General of the United States, Janet Reno, was running, and then there was a no-name lawyer, somebody nobody had ever heard of. And
this is the primary, or this is the general?
Yeah, primary. Democratic primary. The no-name lawyer spent a fortune, beat Janet Reno. And all the Democratic consultants were like, oh, this is great. We don't have Janet Reno as a candidate. She had negatives. She wasn't popular with everybody.
Right.
But this no-name lawyer that they nominated, he had no base.
Right.
He couldn't energize anything.
Janet Reno at least would have brought along the Clinton base.
Well, more than that, her family had deep ties in Miami to the African-American community, to other groups of people. The truth is that she might not have been the perfect candidate. I'm not saying that. I'm not even the biggest fan of her on everything. But what I am saying is the Democrats have got to get over this fantasy that they are benefited by having boring, kind of no-name candidates.
Right, and campaigns that are not fundamentally populist. And this is, and I would say there's a larger problem. The Democrats have to reject the last 30 years of Tom Friedman economics, basically, of Reaganomics, of to some extent Clintonomics, of insane free trade agreements, and just turn everything over to big corporations and stop talking about the era of big government is over and start talking about what government can and has done for you recently and should be doing.
And they got to learn from recent experience. They just won the Kathy Hochul district in upstate New York, a much more Republican district than either of these, with a pure, we're going to defend Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid message.
Right.
They didn't deliver that effectively in these districts, and they lost.
Yeah, her message was Bernie Sanders on steroids. John Nichols, thenation.com. Thank you, John.